Hello everyone and welcome to this full stack development course. My name is Hardish and throughout this course we'll learn how to build modern, responsive and fully functional web application from scratch. This course is divided into multiple modules covering front-end development, JavaScript, React.js, backend development using Node.js and Express, database integration with MongoDB, and finally, a complete full stack capstone project. So let's get started with Module 1. Module 1 focuses on front end structure and styling. In this lesson, we will learn the basic of HTML5 and understand how web pages are structured. We will cover important concepts like attributes, semantic tags, forms and input elements, and accessibility basics. Don't worry if you are completely new to web development because this course is designed in a very beginner friendly way. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to create the basic structure of a web page using HTML. So let's get started. What is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the standard language used to create web pages. Basically, HTML is responsible for the structure of a website. For example, headings, paragraphs, buttons, images, forms, and navigation menus all are created using HTML. You can think of HTML as the skeleton of a website. Just like a house needs a structure before painting and decoration, websites also need structure before styling and functionality. In modern web development, HTML works together with CSS and JavaScript. HTML creates the structure, CSS adds styling, JavaScript adds interactivity. Here you can see the example web page where we have used heading tag to display welcome to my website. And below that, we have used multiple tags like lists, another heading tag which is known as h2, and other tags. Now let's create our first HTML web page. I'm using Visual Studio Code, which is one of the most popular code editor for web development. First, we'll create a file named index.html. This will contain the structure of our web page. So let's begin with the code. The doc type declaration tells the browser that we are using HTML5. Here's the HTML tag. It is a root element of the web page. Inside this, we have head section. We usually add information about the web page, such as the title. If we write our title in between the title tag, like we can write my first web page. So this is the basic structure for heading. Like we have created doc type, HTML, opening tag and closing tag, head opening tag and closing tag. Then we have title in between the head and its closing tag. Now after the head, we also have body. In this body tags, we'll write our body, means we'll write our main code. Here we add a heading that is added by h1 tag. Here we have written welcome to HTML. Below this, we will write paragraph with using paragraph tag. This is my first web page. So this is a very basic structure of HTML. These are some basic tags. There are lots of more tags used in HTML5 which you can discover from the official document of HTML, which I will show further. Firstly, let's check out that, that how this code is looking in the browser. This is the output which we can see in the external browser. As you can see that we have added welcome to HTML in our h1 tag, and here it is visible, and below that we added a paragraph, that is, this is my first web page, and here it is visible. And notice one thing, that in the title we written my first web page. Where it's visible? Yeah, it's visible here. So this is the whole code for basic of HTML. As we have completed basic HTML, here are some notes. Now further, let's understand HTML attributes. Attributes provides extra information about HTML elements, and they are written inside the opening tag. Here are some examples. We have an anchor tag. In this, we are using href attribute which tells the browser which link to open. Like here we have link to google.com, and in our second example we have image tag which uses src, defines the path of the image, and alt attribute provides alternative text for accessibility. Here are some commonly used HTML attributes, in which we have class, id, href, src, alt, type, and placeholder. Attributes are very important because they help customize the behavior and functionality of that HTML element. Now let's understand semantic tags. Semantic tags clearly describe the purpose of the content inside them, making pages easier to read for people, search engines, and screen readers. Some of the common semantic tags are header, used to specify header content, nav, used to specify navigation items, main, between this we write our main content, section, used to create a specific container, article, used to specify articles, and footer, used to specify footer content. These tags improve code readability and help search engines and search readers better understand the web page structure. Using semantic tags is considered a good practice in modern web development. Let's further move for the forms and input elements. Forms are used to collect user information. For example, login forms, sign up forms, contact forms, and feedback forms all use HTML forms. The input tags allow user to enter information. Different input types are available, such as text, email, password, number, and more. We also use labels to improve accessibility and user understanding. And last, we have button which is used to submit our form. Here is the code implementation. Let's move further for the practical of form. Here is our form tag in which we have label that is used for accessibility. Here its name is name, which specify that the type of the input is text and we have to enter name here. Placeholder, enter your name. It will be visible inside the input element. La- and the second label is email, in which the type of the input is email, and in the placeholder uh, we have written enter your email. So these are attributes, type and placeholder, which you have seen in the previous slides. And in last, we have submit button, which will submit our form. Let's move to the external browser for the preview. Here you can see our label name and input, in which we have placeholder value, enter your name, and second label that is email, and second placeholder value that is enter your email. We will enter our name and submit our form. For now, it is not functional as we have not implemented JavaScript here. In further videos, we will learn JavaScript and we will submit our form. Now we have web accessibility. Accessibility means creating websites that can be used by everyone, including people with disabilities. For example, screen readers helps visually impaired users to understand websites content. Using proper labels, semantic tags, and meaningful structure improves accessibilities. Good accessibility improves overall user experience and website quality. That's all for HTML. For more content, you can visit official documentation for HTML. Now let's understand what we have learned today. HTML structure, in which we have covered doc type, HTML head and body from every web pages. Semantic tags, header, nav, main, section, article, and footer improves readability and SEO, that stands for search engine optimization. Forms and inputs collects user data with labels, input types, and buttons. Accessibility build inclusive websites using proper label and semantic structure. Now, thank you. In next topic, we will understand CS3 fundamentals and modern styling techniques. What you will learn colors, spacing, layouts, flexbox, and responsive web design. And we will do proper practicals, which will helps you for better understanding. Thank you.